ladies and gentlemen, you're now watching and listening to Championship on the Line podcast. If you're new to the channel, my name is Alex, and today is a very, very special episode here today because we got a mixed martial arts fighter, but overall just a badass. He's here today, and he's got a big fight coming up, and he'll be fighting on June 23, Friday. And it's a Friday. He'll be fighting on June the 23rd on PFL as he takes on Oliver Aubin Mercier. And you can watch it live on ESPN Plus, and it'll be at the Overtime Elite Arena in Atlanta, Georgia. And ladies and gentlemen, we have the genius, Anthony Romero.
Great introduction. Thank you.
Oh, no, man. Thank you so much. And how you doing, man? How's life going for you, man? How's training camp and how's everything going? Just a few weeks ahead of the big fight.
Yeah, everything's going great. Like I said, it's an amazing opportunity for me. I've been knocking on this door for many years now, and I'm glad that I have a promotion that cares about me and is giving me this opportunity. So yeah, everything's been great.
Awesome, man. Awesome. And I'm excited for this fight, and it's a big opportunity, and for you to fight, and you're taking on the champion from last season, and how was, because you fought in the Challenger Series, right? And then you're getting this big fight. Well, what was the conversation? Like, how did it all happen? Like, what was like getting the phone call and like, you're going to be in the tournament and you're fighting the champ?
Yeah. So originally the roster was full. Obviously I didn't get the opportunity to get the contract with PFL. But I was still on their radar. Originally I was supposed to get a showcase bout to kind of keep fresh and stay with the promotion, and then eventually next year I would have been in the season starting fresh, but obviously that's not what happened. I stayed ready. I'm not one of those guys that makes a camp. It's like I'm consistently in the gym. I'm always training, and so I'm glad I do that because now I have a huge opportunity ahead of me. So.
Mm-hmm. And what's it like for, like you said that you don't do camps because you're always constantly in the gym, but what's it like the training for this particular fight? Is it different from any other fights in the past? Or are you doing anything differently to prepare for this fight? Has it been any differences for this camp?
No, not really. Nothing's been different. I just constantly in the gym, making myself better as an athlete. I'm not too focused on who the opponent is. I'm just focused on bettering myself, staying in shape, and all that kind of stuff. So the face and the name is irrelevant for me. It's just the opportunity that I have to showcase my skills and show that I'm the best in the world.
Mm-hmm. And as someone too is constantly you're constantly in the gym, but you actually own your own gym, which is the genius. What is it like kind of, having, you get to teach your students? What's it like kind of having your business and having to, teach students, but also training? Is it easy for you to kind of split times from coaching and fighting? Like, how do you handle when it's a training camp?
Yeah, I have everything pretty down pat. Like I all my training in the morning. So every morning is pretty much booked for me. So and then I have a little break in between, and then I go straight to my gym to teach, whether it's jiu-jitsu, striking, the kids classes, all that kind of stuff. So it's pretty spread out. I'm not all over the place like I was at the beginning, trying to figure out when to get training time in, all that kind of stuff. Now I feel like I'm pretty set. I also have a lot of help from my family. So my brother, he's a Golden Gloves boxer. He's been training with the Canadian national team for boxing, so he's helped me out with that. My sister, high level jiu-jitsu as well. So they're all helping me. My mother's helped me as well with all the secretary stuff and managing the gym and all that. My dad's helping as well. So the whole family is on the same boat with me, and that helps me a lot. So when I go away for fights, I don't have to stress out about who's taking care of the gym and is everything going to be okay. They're always there, so it's like nothing changed. So that helps a lot.
That's awesome, man. Family helping out family. I love that, man.
Yeah.
What's the best part? What's the part, because, I was speaking to fighters in the past, and it's like, oh, it's cool working family, but also could be a little bit hard. Is it challenging at moments working with your family?
Sometimes it's I find it's a little bit difficult because I feel like everyone's worked a job with a boss that they don't like, and I
Yeah,
don't want to be like that, especially with family.
yeah,
So it's been tough to try to like separate the family and boss mentality, because eventually I have to kind of direct the ship and tell people what to do and show them how to teach the lesson properly. So that's been tough, because I don't want to be that guy that no one likes, right? That gets upset
mm-hmm.
all the time. So that's why I work for myself, because I'm not a fan of listening
Yeah.
to other bosses and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, other than that, it's been good. They've been happy. They're happy that they don't have to work somewhere else. They can work with their brother and all that. So.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Love to hear that. And especially with helping out with students, what's the best part of when it comes down to teaching your students?
For myself, I think the best part is seeing their confidence grow over the years. I have a lot of students that come in very, very shy, and to see them kind of open up and their confidence build with maybe not getting a move at the beginning, but getting better at it towards the end of the lesson, or just being a confident person, being able to go out there and kind of puff your chest out a little bit and be proud of what you're doing. Not everyone wants to compete, and that's fine. But I want to see like their confidence grow. So that's something that I really like to see, because it makes them better as a person. It's not all about just being good at martial arts, because you can be really good, but if you have a crummy attitude,
Right.
um, all right. So, but yeah, just their confidence growing is really cool.
Nice, nice. Love that. And then, especially, someone that coaches, your students, what advice would you give to someone that wants to pursue a career in martial arts and wants to become a fighter? What advice could you give to someone that wants to be in the business?
Just be consistent. Consistency is something that's super important. Obviously, you need the right guidance, right? If you're consistent with a bad coach, you're going to be consistent with bad habits. So being consistent with a good coach um, will help a lot. I get a lot of talented people come into the gym, or even at my gym that I train at, and they don't have the consistency. And eventually, you become just a regular person. Like, you don't become that special, skillful athlete. It's those people that are consistent. Even the people that were consistent, they were crappy at one time when they first started. They don't have that knowledge and stuff, but it's that consistency that builds them to become a better fighter. So if you want to do something, if martial arts is something that you want to pursue, then being consistent is something that's super important.
Nice, nice, man. I love that, man. Great advice. And yeah, you're right, man. Consistency is the key. And as long as you're consistent, man, you got to keep going, and things will happen. And especially, and it's happening for you, especially with this fight. And you know, want to get your thoughts on your opponent. What are your overall thoughts on Mercier as an opponent for you?
Um, he's a great fighter. He won last year for a reason. So he did
Mm-hmm.
something. He did something right. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend that he's no good or he's a bad fighter. He's a great fighter. All the respect to him. He's a fellow Canadian. Unfortunately, we both have to fight each other for this big opportunity. But no doubt in my mind, I'm going to win. I'm coming to win. I'm not just going to be a body for him to run over and go to the playoffs. It's either I win and none of us go to the playoffs, or I win by finish. I go to the playoffs. So those are the two options. But other than that, nothing but respect. No bad words or no disrespect to the champ. I'm excited to perform for PFL. It's always been a dream of mine to fight for a major organization and be compensated and be treated well, be respected as the fighters. We should all be respected, because without the fighters, where would the sport be, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for the opportunity, and yeah, I'm ready.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Yeah, and especially with this fight, people's presented as like, this is the big stage, but I feel like you've had some fights, especially in the past, like, especially with PFL Challenger Series and the Dana White Contender Series, you've had fights in the past. How much would those fights have prepared you for this fight in this main event for PFL?
Oh, it's helped a lot. It's I find that the more pressure there is in a fight, I perform better.
Mm,
Like even the Contender Series, I feel like it's one of my best performances against good fighters too. These guys aren't slouches. These guys have great records outside of the promotion and the local and the regional promotions. So they're not bums, and I feel like being able to perform in front of these guys, it's really good, really good, and it gains my confidence going into this next fight. Because the better the opponent is, the better I have to be. Otherwise, it's not going to be a good night for me. So I'm always on top of my game when I go against these good guys.
hmm And especially right now with PFL, they're having a lot of headline news, especially with the recent signings of what they've done, especially with Francis Ngannou. What are your thoughts with the signing and what it means for the fighters for PFL and also, for PFL?
Oh, it's great! It's great. I'm glad that they're getting the attention. It's a great move from them, and I feel like the way things are going, it's shifting towards this mindset of points and the season and all that stuff. Like with Jake Paul and Francis Ngannou, and then a lot of big names are shifting to the PFL for a reason. They're being compensated. They're being taken care
Mm,
of. They're being treated well. So why would you not go to a place like that, right? So I think things are going well, and I'm excited to be a part of it. I'm one of the best in the world, according to PFL, and I'm in their rankings. And so, yeah, it means the world.
mhm. Nice, yeah, and especially since now you're in the season now, and if you win, obviously it's a big pay. It's $1 million. Have you decided what would be the first purchase you would buy with $1 million?
So this is like perfect timing because it's been tough. Like weddings aren't cheap, so
Right.
having to pay that and that would be definitely one of the first things. And then I've always wanted to help my parents out. They've been hard workers for many years, supporting me, making sacrifices, and I definitely want to help them out any way I can. And then I got to buy a house. I gotta grow
Yes.
up. I got a big boy. So yeah, a lot of things on my list, and it'll happen. Like all these years that I've been, I'll say struggling to build something with this career. It's not the easiest thing in the world to do, and to, like I said, be consistent. Even though I'm going through the ups and downs of the sport, it'll definitely pay off. So
Oh yeah, definitely, and especially you know with a win over Mercier would definitely put you up in the as a probably number one seed. Taking on a champion. Besides him, besides who would you like to fight in your list of the opponents? Is there any guys you're looking at, or right now it's just strictly Mercier that you're focusing on?
yeah, right now it's strictly Olivier. It was really cool to hear that I was going to fight him first, because
Hmm.
it's the best fight I could get. It's the best fight that I could prove myself that I belong in this organization. I belong in the top of the world. Instead of going against just
All right, cool. I'll ask again. Yeah, but especially with this fight, with Mercier, are you looking for other opponents, in the list that you have, looking for a future opponent? Or are you just strictly focused on Olivier?
yeah, it's mainly my next opponent. I can't think too far ahead because it's a good fight that I have coming up, big opportunity, and other than that, it's pretty much anyone who comes in my way. I'm the $1 million is at the top there. That's my goal.
Right.
So that's after this, of course, but I got to get through this to get to that next spot. So
Hmm. And especially, with the fight, with everything, how do you see yourself? The big question, like, how do you get the job done?
I see a finish happening in this fight. It gives me goosebumps to think about how the whole, like, I feel like the world will turn upside down, and like this guy that wasn't even in the season jumps in
Right.
and wins and goes to the playoffs, and it makes such a great story. And I have that feeling in my heart that it'll happen. Even a win is huge. A win probably won't get me to the playoffs because I'm behind in the season, but I see great things happening after this fight, and I'm just looking forward to it and making it happen in real life, because I go to bed and I think about it, and it's all I think about is winning, and I'm just excited for it to become reality.
Awesome, man. Yeah, definitely, man. I can't wait for this fight. I, yeah, especially with this fight, I can't wait for it, man. I know it's gonna be an awesome fight, an exciting fight, and definitely, ladies and gentlemen, watching, you gotta tune in. You're not gonna want to miss this. Again, he'll be taking on Oliver Mercier on June 23 live on ESPN Plus. And before we wrap up, we do a segment where we ask 10 fun questions about yourself. Is that cool? We do it for you?
Yeah, sounds good.
Awesome, man. So I want to start with the first question. First fun question. Anthony, what is your favorite movie of all time?
Ooh, probably super bad.
Perfect, man.
I didn't even realize.
Oh man, that's awesome. Perfect. Right shirt for it.
There you
Perfect.
go. I thought it was Fortnite because I could see the little shadows of they're doing the. Okay,
Right?
cool.
Yeah, it's actually the beginning part of it when they're
There,
dancing. But yeah,
that's funny.
awesome.
Perfect.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. The first, man. Never. I've worn the shirt so many times, no one ever mentions Superbad. So awesome, man. I'm glad that you're the first. Awesome, man. With the next one, what is your favorite TV show of all time?
Oh, that's a tough one. I don't know about all time, but right now my favorite TV show is You. There's a TV show
Okay.
called The You. I don't know if you've seen it, but that's probably one of my favorites right now.
Oh, okay, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've heard of it. I haven't checked it out yet, but it seems like a really fun show though, for sure. Definitely have to check that out.
Yeah, check.
It's on Netflix, right? Or is it
Yeah.
Oh, awesome, for sure. Definitely have to check that out. And especially with the next question, when you're not cutting weight, what is your favorite meal to eat, man?
Well, my father is from El Salvador.
Okay.
So one of the traditions is it's called a pupusa. So it's
Mm,
like a kind of like a pig, but it has meats and cheese. It's a
yeah.
greasy meal. So it's definitely not something that I have when I'm in camp or training for a fight, and but it's something that I really enjoy. So.
Nice. Love that. Awesome, awesome. And then with the fourth question, do you have a favorite band or a music artist you like to listen to?
Probably Russ. He's probably one of my favorites. I went to his
Oh,
concert
okay.
last year. So he's one of my favorites right now.
Nice. What would be your favorite song from him?
Oh, that's a tough one. I don't think I can separate them. They're all they're all pretty good. I can't think of anything off the top of my head right now, but yeah, pretty much anything Russ is pretty good.
Okay, cool. Love it, love it. With the next one, do you have a sports team, like a favorite sports team?
Not anymore. I used to watch soccer, and like Barcelona, Real Madrid would be my favorites. But I haven't watched in so long, and there's so many new players now that I don't even know if they're my favorite anymore. But probably for soccer, that would probably be it.
Yeah. And then with the next one, I don't know if you're a gamer or not, but do you have a favorite video game you like to play?
Favorite video game, probably Mario Kart is probably one of my favorites. It's an older game, but you put on the Wii, or if you still have a Nintendo 64, you can play it on there. So definitely one of my favorites.
Nice, nice. Yeah, it's a timeless video game, man. I mean, yeah, it's such a good game. Yeah, definitely a fun one. It's always a good one. Um, but the next question, outside of fighting, do you have like a hobby or something you like to do outside of martial arts?
I get I get asked this question a lot, and yeah, it's it's tough because I'm always like I'm either at one gym or another gym. Um, I guess the hiking has been a big one. I love hiking. I've been playing golf. Like I'll go to the range and I'll go hit over there. That's probably been one of the biggest like non-fight hobbies that I have, playing golf. But I'm not a big fan of playing the full game. I'm just about using the driver and just swinging. But other than that, that's pretty much it.
Okay, cool, cool. Love it, man. Hiking and golf. Like it. With the next one, before a fight, do you have a ritual you like to do before you get in that cage?
Not really. I'll probably do a prayer or whatever. I know not everyone's religious and stuff like that, which is fine, but I have my own beliefs, and I'll do a little prayer before, make sure I'm safe, make sure my opponent's safe.
Nice.
But other than that, that's pretty much what I do. Yeah.
Cool. I love it, man. Awesome. Uh, and with the last one question, if you could fight someone, Anthony, that isn't a fighter, it could be a celebrity, it could be a sports athlete, it could be a character from a movie or TV show, who would you step in the cage with?
Oh, that's a good one. I never heard that one before. Huh. I don't know. I don't know too many too many people who aren't fighters. Um, hmm, I don't know. It's a good one. I feel like some talk show host or someone that's always talking trash to people that's never fought before.
Mm,
Who's it? Oh, I can't remember his name. He's like I think a TSN reporter, and he always talks trash about all the fighters, and he's never fought a day in his life. Um, it's not Skip
uh,
Bayless. I can't
oh,
remember right now.
Stephen A. Smith?
Yes, yeah, probably him.
Okay.
He's always
Yeah.
trash about the fighters and telling them what they should have done, and he's never fought a day in his life. So yeah,
Oh man,
probably
did
him.
you see his network?
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
if you ever saw that video of him
Oh,
doing boxing, white.
yeah.
Awesome, awesome. Well, again, Anthony, again, thank you so much for being on the podcast, man. Really appreciate you taking the time. And before we wrap things up, you have a message for the fans out there, or anything you want to add? Social media, anything you would like to add on?
Yeah, you just follow me on Genius_MMA. Tune in June 23rd. It's a Friday, right? So a lot of people think fights are on Saturday. It's a Friday. And yeah, just support, right? Watch the fights, enjoy it, and ready to represent. I would say I'm excited to represent Canada, which I am, but we're both from Canada. So you get two Canadians representing the country. So yeah, don't miss out.
Awesome, awesome. And ladies and gentlemen, I'll put everything in the description down below, all social media and information for the fight where you can watch this. And again, you're not going to want to miss this as the Genius takes on Oliver Mercier on Friday, June 23 on PFL live on ESPN Plus. And it can also be at the Overtime Elite Arena, Atlanta, Georgia. And again, you're not going to want to miss this. And again, Anthony, thank you so much for being on the pod. And thank you for everyone watching and listening. And we'll see you guys next time here on Championship Online Podcast. See you guys.
Thank you.